Hello, everybody. How are you all? Today, I have come with 10 mistakes. Okay, and not only that, I will also tell you the solutions or how to overcome these mistakes or how to avoid them. Especially, these are the mistakes that you often end up doing during the CSIR exam. Okay, so we have researched and I have come up with a list of 10 such mistakes, and with the proper solutions, with my help, with the entire Biotechnica team's help, I will make sure that you can overcome these mistakes and you do not repeat it in your next CSIR exam. Okay, let's get started. So 10 such mistakes, okay, that I do not want you to repeat in your next exam. The very first mistake is starting the preparation too late. It often we see that students they start the preparation very late. Okay, so you have to understand that CSIR syllabus, the first thing that you should do is study the syllabus. So just if you take a printout of the paper of the syllabus, you will see that it comprises of 10 pages. Okay, so it's basically huge, and when you see the content, it kind of covers everything that you might have studied in your 11, 12, 3 years of graduation plus 2 years of post graduation, along with a proper update on the current research scenario. So you can imagine that the syllabus is huge. Okay, so if you think that just by taking a course of 2 months or just by doing a preparation for 3 months you will be able to crack the exam, that is wrong. Okay, so you have to start preparing the exam at the proper time. At least you take 6 months time. Okay, and this 6 months time I'm saying when you are totally in touch with your subject. Okay, so either you are doing some part-time teaching, or you are doing some part-time assignments, or you are a fresher in your MSc. Okay, so then also you take 6 months time to properly prepare for CSIR exam. But if you are coming for CSIR exam after a gap, okay, like whether for relocation or for marital issues, or for going you went in a different career and now you want to switch and you want to come back to research and academics, then you will need even more time. Okay, so you will need even more than 6 months. Okay, so you will need around 1 year to come in touch with study and to brush up all your previous knowledge. Okay, so you'll need even more than 6 months if you are disconnected with the study. Okay, so the first mistake that the aspirants do is they start their preparation late. I'm not saying that this crash courses they will not help you. Yes, they will help you, but that will help you when you are constantly in touch with the subject. You have done some kind of preparation. Okay, and this crash courses will accelerate the process of your preparation and get you ready faster. But just relying on this crash on the crash course of 2 months will not let you prepare for the exam. Okay, and that's the complete truth, guys. Okay, so you have to start preparing for your exam with at least 6 months in time. Okay, so that's the very first mistake that the aspirants often do. The second mistake that is done is doing a random start. So once you decide that okay, I have to prepare for CSIR exam, okay, so you took into consideration 6 months time and you started. But if you are starting the preparation in a random way, now what I mean by random way is that you are not considering what are the topics that are important for the exam, what are the units specific weightage. Okay, see, there is no official weightage like that, but from studying the previous year question papers we get to know that from where questions are asked more. Like biochemistry, the unit 1 of the syllabus is one such topic that you cannot leave it. Okay, you cannot take chance and leave that topic, because for sure around 10 to 15 questions will come from biochemistry. Okay, and also the question the unit like unit 3, the fundamental processes. Okay, so this add the unit 13, unit 8. So this units you cannot leave it, because they are not only important for that particular unit, but their underlying concepts are important for understanding the entire biological processes. Okay, so there can be combined questions. So the concepts of this units are very, very important. Okay, so you cannot do a random start. If you are doing a random start, you will end up wasting that 6 months also. Okay, so avoid doing a random start. Important chapters should be covered first. Okay, and you can look at the blogs, you can look at the articles and the shorts that we publish in Biotechnica. There also we often come up with the chapters which are important, the topics from specific chapters which are important, and you can take a look, take a guide from there, and plan your preparation accordingly. Okay, now when you are just start and take your decision accordingly, so start with the important chapters, and in that also you see the syllabus and check that which chapters you are like kind of more than 50% you are already aware of that, or you already know the concept more than 50%. Okay, so I will say that you start with those chapters first, because then just by doing another 50% you will achieve 100%. Okay, so that means it will take lesser time for you to cover those units, and as you complete one unit, that will build up your morale in the initial days, which is very, very important. Okay, so if you are completely out of touch with biochemistry, although biochemistry is an important chapter, but I will not suggest that you start with biochemistry. Instead, start with the chapter that you are confident, like you are interested, you like that chapter, and you remember around more than 50% of that chapter. Let's say unit 4, immunology. Okay, so start with immunology. So in lesser number of days you will finish that. You are interested also, so that will build up your morale, and once you get in the pace of studying, then you start the other units where you are less than confident. Okay, like biochemistry for our example. Okay, so you have to cover the important chapters, start with the important chapters, but in them also start with those chapters where you are pretty confident in. Okay, so initial days, okay, just to start the journey, that will be important, and slowly you move on to lesser important topics, and also the topics where you are lesser confident in. Now once you have decided that you will start with this chapter, you knew that you have come to the understanding that which chapters are important, which are not so important. So coming to the third mistake is, even after that also people do not have a timetable. Okay, so having a timetable is very, very important. Okay, so this timetable will make, and not only having a timetable but also to follow it. Okay, just for the sake of making a timetable, please do not do that. Make it and follow it. That will give you, or that will not let you divert, that will help you stay away from the distractions, and you have to make yourself, you have to practice that self discipline, that you have to follow the timetable. Okay, now when you are making the timetable, do not just make the timetable for a single day or for a month. Okay, try to prepare it for the entire duration. So if you are planning, if your preparation is of 6 months, then plan the entire duration. Okay, so plan the entire duration, divide time to all the units, again taking into consideration like which are the important units, which are not, like that, give time. Okay, and do not overestimate yourself, try to be realistic. Now what do I mean by this is that, suppose you know that in your preparation, in between the preparation, you have a festival, let's say Diwali is there. Okay, so yes, I understand that when you are super motivated in the beginning, you will feel that, yes, I will not celebrate Diwali. The entire day I will study like it's just another day. It's good, but you will not be able to do it. Okay, so that will be like overestimating yourself, that when you have families around, when you have friends around, when you are hearing the firecrackers bursting, you will also feel like going out and celebrating. Okay, the thing is, you can do that, but you have to be prepared for that beforehand. Okay, so if you plan accordingly, so if you know that this day is Diwali, so 1 week before start your preparation, give one hour extra to your study every day. Okay, so that you cover up for the time, you compensate for the time that you will be celebrating during the Diwali. Okay, so that will make you understand the time, and that will also not let you waste time. Okay, so you have put 1 hour extra, 1 hour every day you can put easily, and with that you can get a compensation day off on the day of the festival, and you can celebrate. Okay, so that will freshen you up also, that will give you a break also, so that you are again fresh and energized to come back and study. Okay, so it is very important that you make a timetable, stick to it, and while making the timetable, do not overestimate yourself. Okay, take proper breaks, mention proper breaks in the timetable. Now, coming to mistake number 4 is not studying part A. Often we see students that they say that no, I will prepare 100% of my part B and part C, and I let go of part A. See, all the sections are important. Okay, and I'm telling you that many students have this idea that I will qualify even if I don't do part A. Okay, you might qualify, but it doesn't harm to get the extra marks, right? So prepare part A, and part A, nobody is going to ask you very difficult questions. All these questions, the general aptitude questions, they are 10th level math. Okay, so they will be like normal permutation combinations, there will be ratio and proportion questions, there might be probability related questions, there might be speed and distance question. Okay, then reading the graph, the graphical based questions. So all those are pretty general, and just with little practice, little brushing up, you will be able to conquer that. Okay, so do not leave part A, do prepare for part A, and when you are making the timetable, make sure that you put some time, you put some allot some time for part A as well in your timetable. Okay, and I will suggest that in your daily timetable include part A just for 30 or 45 minutes. Okay, so where you, what you have to do is, you just have to brush up, you take a topic, brush it up, brush up the basic, understand the concept, and then just practice 10 questions from that topic. Okay, if you keep on doing it on a regular basis, I guarantee you, you will score marks in part A. Okay, and you don't have to leave part A. All right, so include part A in your timetable. Coming to mistake number 5, not having proper revision. Okay, don't just study till the last minute. Okay, never take revision for granted. Revision is very, very important. Okay, so revision, not only revision should be done before the exam, like after the end of 6 months, you also have to revise regularly. Okay, so otherwise what will happen, you keep on study, and at the end of 5th month, if you start revising, so you will see that you have forgotten most of the topics, and it's like you are studying everything from the beginning. And do you think you will have that much time? No. Okay, so revision has to be regular. Okay, so at every week revise, every month revise what you did in the last month, every week revise what you studied in the last week. Okay, so again, in timetable also include some revision sections as well. Okay, where you revise the concept whatever you have studied in that week or in that block of time. Coming to mistake number 6, not practicing enough questions. Now, how do you revise? The best way of revision is practicing questions. Okay, see, sometimes some students do the just the opposite, that they don't study the concept and they directly jump into questions. That is a huge mistake. Okay, you are not going to learn here, you will not be able to learn the concept just by solving the question. Okay, it has to be other way around, where you study the concept and then you learn how to apply, and that for that you need to practice questions. Okay, so the solving questions will give you practice of how to apply a concept. Okay, so you studied about PCR, you know everything about PCR. Okay, it has 3 steps, there are forward primer, reverse primer, everything. But then how the questions come? So when the question is asked that suppose a segment of the gene you want to amplify and what primer you will choose, so you are blank now, because you don't know how to apply the concept. Okay, so when you solve that question, then you will get the understanding that how to apply. Okay, how the primers are chosen. If you have forgotten that, you will brush it up, you will know that okay, from the gene, on the 3 prime side of it, we have to take the sequence for the primer, right? Then only the 5 prime OH end will be there and the segment will be amplified. Okay, so this is very important, that when you study the concept, so how do you revise? The best way of revision will be to practice questions. Okay, so once your concept is over, then you take up questions from that. If you are stuck at any time, you can always go back, recheck, and come back to practice the questions. Okay, so practice, practice, practice. That is also one more thing which is very important for the CSIR exam preparation. Mistake number 7, not solving previous year question papers. Now, it is not only for you people who are trying to prepare on your own. We have seen that in the regular students of Biotechnica as well. Okay, whenever I give them a reference from a previous year question, they are completely blank because nobody has taken the effort of solving the previous year questions. Okay, see, this is also a big mistake. Now, previous year questions not only give us the idea about how questions come, and sometimes, similar questions do come. Sometimes the exact questions come, just they change the active passive voice, they change the language, and the exact question comes. Okay, so the thing is that, and when you solve the question paper, always sit with a timer. Okay, so you take up mock test, and that will give you the idea, this will train you in time management. Okay, that will give you the idea how to manage the time, because during CSIR exam, that is one of the biggest hurdle, time management, where you get 3 hours. Okay, you get 180 minutes, and in that you have to read 145 questions, and part C questions are pretty lengthy, right? And not only read, you have to analyze, you have to answer 75 questions. Okay, so time management is one of the crucial area, crucial hurdle that students face during CSIR exam. So during your preparation, you not only have to prepare for the topic, the syllabus, you also have to prepare for this time management. Okay, and this you will get while solving the previous year question paper, sitting with a timer. Now, when you start solving the questions, you will see the problems. One big problem that students face while solving the question is misinterpreting the question. Okay, for example, reading neurons as nephrons. So neurons means something related to to your brain and nervous system. Nephrons something related to the excretory system, completely different system, but terms are sounding similar. Okay, the same mistake can happen when you read the units wrong. Okay, the question has asked you in kilometer per hour speed, and you are answering in meter per second. Okay, so these are the examples. Okay, or the questions, where a lot of questions nowadays in CSIR exam is coming about combination of correct questions or combination of incorrect statements. Okay, so if you read correct as incorrect or vice versa, then you are completely wrong. Okay, so misinterpreting the questions is a very big mistake that students often do during the exam. So you can fix it. Okay, you can fix it during your preparation itself, when you practice these question papers, and there you will train your brain of not misinterpreting any question. Coming to mistake number 9, always getting scared of part C. See, this attitude will kill you. Okay, so you don't have to, so you have to be positive. Negative thoughts will attract negative outcome, right? So don't be scared of part C. So, and again, I'm telling you, when you do enough practices, when you solve previous year question papers, when you stop misinterpreting questions, then you don't have to be scared of part C questions, because part C questions in fact will be easier, because there will be hints hidden in the question itself. It's just how you find out those hints, how you interpret those hints, that will matter. Okay, and when you do these things, when you practice, when you solve more question paper, then you will stop getting scared of part C questions, and you will be even excited to solve part C questions. Okay, now mistake number 10, forgetting about negative marking. Often we get overwhelmed, we get carried away in the exam. Okay, and we get so engrossed in solving a question that we forget that there is negative marking also, and we start taking unnecessary risks. Okay, see, at the end of the day, it is an exam, and let me tell you that it is a computer is going to check your answer sheet. Okay, no human is going to check the answer sheet, and the computers, they don't have any emotion, so you cannot impress that. Okay, so there is no brownie point given for solving any difficult question. Okay, so if it is a part C question, it is plus 4 marks. It is it will have the negative mark of 25%. Okay, so every question has the negative mark of 25%, so you have to make sure that you consider negative marking. Just do not start solving the question paper and start answering questions ruthlessly. Okay, do proper checking. Answer a question only when you are completely confident. If not, then take the calculative risk. Okay, you can take some 10 to 20% calculated risk, but do not be ruthless in that. Do not overestimate. Do not overestimate yourself, and do not be overconfident. Okay, make the correct choices, or else you will end up losing more marks than what you have earned. Okay, so these are the 10 mistakes that students often do during the preparation time as well as during the exam, and I have given you the solutions of that. I hope you start practicing them, and you will come up, and you will learn how to avoid these 10 mistakes. Please let me know if you found this compilation helpful, and if you come with any other mistake that students often do, or what you have done during the exam. Please let me know in the comment box. Thank you, everyone.